Basic Econometrics.
In this video, I want to review some properties of the normal distribution. So let Z denote a random variable with a standard normal distribution. So it has a normal distribution with expectation 0 and variance 1. The probability that Z realizes below a value A is given by the distribution function of Z evaluated at A, and we denote this distribution function by phi. So this is given by phi of A. So now the first thing I want to look at is the symmetry property of phi. So as you might know, the density function of a standard normal is given by the famous bell curve. So the center of the distribution is the expectation, so 0. Now we might fix some number A. We might be interested in the probability that Z realizes above A. So that probability is given by the area under the curve where we start integrating from A and we integrate to the right. Now this in terms of the distribution function, I can write this probability as 1 minus phi of A, because it's 1 minus the probability that Z realizes to less than A. Now I'll take the same A, but I take minus A, so I get a negative number. Now I might be interested in the probability that that Z realizes to a value of less than minus A, so that Z realizes somewhere here. Now this probability, again, sort of I can express as an area, or in terms of the distribution function, and then it's obviously that phi minus A. Now what you definitely cannot say see here, because I didn't draw it very well, but the bell curve is perfectly symmetric, so these two shaded regions will have exactly the same area. Or in other words, phi of minus A is equal 1 of phi of A. Yeah, and these areas will be the same. The next thing I want to remind you of are quantiles. So computing a quantile basically amounts to inverting this function phi. So what does that mean? Well, before we get to that, let's first think a little bit about what this function phi looks like. So it's a distribution function. That means it is a probability. So it takes values between 0 and 1. So if we fix some value A, then how do we evaluate the distribution function at this A? Well, sort of in the background, there's this bell curve, right? And once we pick an A, essentially what we're doing is we're integrating the density up to A, and that will give us a probability, some probability P. That's a probability that the Z will realize below A. So we get some probability P. Let's suppose it's here. And we could look then at other A's. For example, we could look at A equal 0, 0, and it's clear by the symmetry of the bell curve that there's exactly probability mass 1/2 below 0 and 1/2 above 0, right? So the distribution function evaluated at 0 would be 1/2. So this would give us another point of the curve. And we can do this for many more a's. Like one thing that is certain is that the more we move to the right, so the higher the p-value will be that we get, right? Because as we move a to the right, we're integrating over a larger area. So we get a curve that looks a little bit like this. And it's always basically going from A's to P's. Now the idea of a quantile is that what if we were to go the other way? So what if we start out with some probability P prime, and then we use this curve to find an A value, and this is basically the A value such that the probability that Z realizes below this value is exactly P prime. So now we're going the other way, and so that's inverting the function. So we can also write phi inverse of and now P prime. And this inverse is always well defined, so we can always find such one unique A prime because phi is strictly increasing. So this is why this works. And then this will be a number, and this number is called the P prime's quantile of standard normal distribution. And so the defining property of the quantile is that, so the quantile, the P prime quantile, is defined by sort of that being the number that I have to choose, such that the probability that Z realizes below that number is exactly equal to P prime. That is the definition of a quantile.